Okay. So we're watching Is the Devil's Bible, Codex Gigas, a cursed medieval manuscript, truth or lore? Now, I've heard about the Codex Gigas when I was like in 5th grade. So like 9 years ago or something. A bit ago. A while ago, just a bit ago. And I was scared, bruh. I was terrified. I was like, oh, it's like some demonic thing, and like even knowing about this, like, the devil is gonna, do horrible things to me and violate me and stuff. My grandmother told me I was going to hell one time because I forgot to go to church, and it terrified me. Like I genuinely thought that I was gonna, you know, burn in hell or something. And like sometimes I'd be thinking, bro, like, damn, like even knowing about it, like, retrospectively and stuff, like I'd be thinking, like, dude, will I really perish and get touched in the butt by like a devil demon or something? You know, you always gotta watch out. Like, I mean, to be fair, like there's demons walking around this earth and stuff. Like, you ever seen King Vaughn? I mean, I guess he's not walking no more, or like on the earth even probably. Like, I'm not sure, but I do know that like demonic people and stuff like do be existing. So, there's that. I got food. You guys want to see the food? Oh yeah. This is avocado tuna sandwich. Okay, I'll be honest, this seems like something I'd feed my cat. Sandwich, salad. It's good enough. Also, I won't have to be scared no more when bombing hills. Look what my grandma bought me. Oh yeah. Love you, grandma. Let's start the video. Enough talking. How do I... Is this guy talking? Hello? Mister? Oh.
One
Oops.
last thing, yeah. 13th century, within a Benedictine monastery in medieval
Maybe I wrote the
Bohemia,
book.
a monk named
Look how
Herman
disheveled I
committed
am.
a terrible atrocity, one which not only broke his monastic vows, but warranted a death sentence. He was
What?
bricked behind the thick walls of the monastery, left to starve alone. Before
What'd he
the
do?
final brick was
Oh yeah,
placed,
it was written by like a
Herman called
priest,
out for
right?
mercy. To humor him, the abbot struck an impossible deal. He was to create a
It was
book,
pretty good.
a tome of all the world's knowledge combined, and he was to do it in a single night.
What?
Desperately, Herman accepted. The materials were shoved into the small gap in the wall. The monk wasted no time in starting. But as the night went on, reality set in. The task
What you
was
mean?
impossible,
Dang.
and Herman was doomed to fail.
He's gonna go to hell.
Unless there was one last
Oh,
thing he could bargain
he
with:
prayed to a demon?
his soul.
Nah.
That night, the monk exchanged his soul to the devil for a completed book, a monumental
What?
tome of the world's greatest works.
Now, don't even be doing that, bro. Selling your soul to like a devil demon and stuff is like, bro, that's terrible, bro. Because first of all, like demons are freaky, bro. I saw this movie where this dude, um, he's rather rotund, if you know what I'm saying. Uh, he like, I don't even think he sold a soul or nothing, bro. He just like the demon touched his butt, bro. Like he went, or like he didn't touch his butt. He went in his butt, if you know what I'm talking about. So like, I feel like when they say the price of your soul, do they mean the price of your whole? Like, is the S really an H? Is what I'm asking. I'm not quite sure, but if like sometimes it is. Truly, sometimes it is. Like the Diddy or like the Illuminati and such of things of that nature. Like, you really got to be careful who you be selling your soul to. Like Justin Bieber totally did it. When he was like 12, I bet he was praying to like Baal or something. And bruh, his demon was Diddy. You know what I'm talking about? And you see all this stuff coming to light. You can sell your soul, bruh. But like just know that everything will come to light eventually. You know what I'm talking about? Like, really think about it before you sell your soul and stuff.
As a nod of appreciation, the monk drew a full-page portrait of the devil within.
What?
The next morning, Herman handed the book over to the abbot, and his life was spared. This legend, which has been told since not long after the book's creation, does indeed have some merit. There are
Really?
certain aspects about the book that,
How did he
to
write
this
it
day,
that
still
fast,
leave
though?
archaeologists and historians confused and unsure how the book, known as the Codex Gigas, or the Devil's Bible, was even written. On top of
That
this,
sounds
there
like
are
something
legends
in
of a
Warhammer.
curse that has followed the Devil's Bible throughout the centuries. I'm Mr. Mythos, and I welcome you to Truth or Lore.
Truth or lore?
Be sure to subscribe if
This
you
is
love investigating the mysteries of history like I do.
the second video I'm watching of him. The last one I watched was was the infant genocide, I think it was called, or like the infanticide in Bethlehem real from Herod the Great. And he came to the conclusion that it wasn't, because like what they were trying to do mainly was draw that parallel between the Moses story and the birth of Christ, because Moses had inherently been a very influential figure for like the Jews. So when they're trying to bring that credibility from the Moses stories to the birth of Jesus Christ, so the Jewish people would accept Jesus Christ, which obviously did not happen or whatever. But that was the reason why the person who wrote that specific story kind of lied about the infant genocide. Although it's not set in stone proof or anything, because ultimately the dude who was archiving all of the horrible deeds of Herod the Great, which some of them included him killing his own son, bro. It really be your own, be careful. Okay, anyways, he was writing for the Greeks and stuff, and I think back then a popular thing for the Greeks, fun fact, was actually that they infanticide was a very, very popular form of birth control back in the day. They didn't just I think femboys were also, a part of birth control back in the times, because they just, dudes can't get pregnant, I think. But I saw a picture of Lil Nas X and he was pregnant and stuff. Anyone know what happened with that? Did he have the kid? Okay, well, anyways, yeah, it's not set in stone's proof or anything, but it's very likely that the whole story of the nativity of Christ, was made up. But interesting video, go watch it from his. Also watch his first one, which was the like the bridge that that Adam built. I think Adam's 90 feet tall or something. I don't know though.
Every sub is an incredible support for the videos I make on my channel.
Hey, go subscribe
Without
to this
further
dude.
ado, let's
And
open
me
the pages of
too.
this tome and uncover the truth in what makes this one of the most foreboding medieval manuscripts in the world. The Codex Gigas,
Dang,
Latin for giant book.
that live up to its name,
It's
bro.
known by that name for one reason: its
Is it
incredible
giant?
size. 36 inches tall, 20 inches wide, and nearly 9 inches thick. This monumental work weighs as much as a person. At 165 pounds, it requires 2 librarians to lift.
Wow.
This binding is made from leather
How
and
much?
ornamental metal. Librarians to lift, nearly 9 inches thick. This monumental work weighs as much as a person. At 165 pounds,
What?
it requires 2 librarians to lift.
How about they
This
just
binding
get
is
jacked?
made from leather and ornamental metal. Its pages are composed of the skins of at least 160 donkeys.
What?
Within the book,
Why?
every page is
the
composed
donkeys do,
meticulously
bruh?
and with skill no lesser than absolute mastery, down to the illumination of every letter. As described within the legend, the world's knowledge contained within includes the entire Latin Bible, as well as Isidore of Seville's Encyclopedia Etymology, Josephus's Antiquities of the Jews, and Cosmas of Prague's Chronicle of Bohemia. Many smaller texts are dispersed throughout, notably writings on magic formulae, exorcism rituals, and a calendar.
Wow.
As with any decent mystery of
So,
history, 10 pages.
is it like inherently satanic? Like, other than the fact that, the dude was like praying to the devil and stuff? Because it seems like it was a collection of a bunch of, biblical, I guess, lore, literature. So was it actually satanic, other than the fact that that dude prayed with it? Or prayed to the devil for it or something? Let me know. I'm not, like, sure.
Are curiously missing. No one is sure what they contained or why they
Bruh,
were
the secret
removed.
pages. If you
Those
find,
pages
like,
have
13 of
never been
them,
recovered.
you get touched.
Besides its physical size, its most famous feature is a bizarre full-page depiction of the devil on page 290. This monstrous creature fills the
What?
otherwise
That's
empty
scary,
page
bruh.
in full color and unique detail. With his menacing stare, curved claws, red horns, and 2 tongues. He is naked,
Why you got
with the
2 tongues,
exception of
bruh?
an ermine loincloth.
You think one is enough?
Historians note that ermine is worn by royalty.
Oh,
In this
look at that
depiction,
little thing.
the devil wears ermine to signify himself as the prince of
What?
darkness. What blurs the
Besides the fact that, that's very obviously satanic. The imagery and the symbolism is, like, very impressive, or rather very intriguing. Like, the fact that, you can decipher all of this from, like, whatever text. And I mean, to be fair, a lot of religious literature kind of is just that: symbolism, imagery. Although, how much of it being symbolism and being literal within the context of that religion is, like, debatable, but it's very intriguing. I mean, there's a reason why people like legitimately study religion and stuff, and these, texts.
lines between myth and reality is the bizarre imbalance between the manuscript's relentless attention to detail and its sheer scope. Here's the thing.
Bruh, and here's what I'm saying, bruh. They, like, how did he do this? Well, I guess he prayed to the devil and stuff, but, like, they didn't even have, like, zins or, energy drinks, nootropic blends, or kratom, especially. How do you do that without kratom? Like, if this wasn't in Vietnam, I'd believe it, but without the kratom, without that Bach, without that Tom, how do you do this, bro? Do you think the devil demons, bro, just, like, gave him, like, early access to zins and energy drinks and stuff? Bro, that'd be crazy. Like, I don't know how to ask him, because this was, like, like, a long time ago, but if anyone knows, tell me.
The text is heavily illuminated. What does this mean?
What?
Pages and letters are adorned with masterful skill throughout. Tiny
Like shading?
illustrations, elaborate borders,
Wow.
stylized and decorated letters. Incredibly, and some experts say impossibly, the nature of the writing is completely uniform throughout. There are
He had a
no
ruler?
noticeable signs of change in look or quality, not even in the slightest. We can draw 2 conclusions from this. First, the Codex Gigas was written by a single scribe.
Mm-hmm.
Second, the baffling uniformity from beginning to end suggests that it may have been written in a very short period of time.
What?
Here lies
But
the
how?
issue.
If you didn't have the
The
time to.
manuscript experts say this is not possible.
Yeah.
The immense level of detail and
Evil
gigantic
Bob.
collections of texts would have taken over 5 years of ceaseless writing, all day and
5
all
years.
night, to complete. Even so, this estimate excludes many illustrations. Realistically, the experts state that it would have taken at least 25 years to write, and more likely 30. However, there is still the problem of uniformity. Why does the scribe show no signs of aging, disease, mood, or even increased skill?
Well,
How
I
can
mean,
someone write for 30 years without
oh,
wavering even once in nature or quality?
dang. That's facts. I thought it meant like
These are unsolved
preservation, but
questions that give the legend of the Devil's Bible a run for its money. Experts genuinely don't know how such meticulous uniformity is possible for such a length of time. Even with great intention and dedication, there are still physical limitations to the human body that come with age, such as eyesight deterioration or arthritis.
yeah, like carpal tunnel.
On the other hand, we should take a closer look at the portrait of the devil, as it is clearly one of the book's primary focal points.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the Codex's history, it is likely that the book was displayed with this page open. But what many people don't know is that there is another full-page illustration directly next to it. Though we can't say for sure, experts believe that this depicts the kingdom of heaven. So as the book is displayed open, this double-page spread symbolizes the duality between good and evil.
Wow.
In this case, perhaps the drawing of the devil is a warning from the monk, as opposed to an ode of appreciation.
Maybe he
More
didn't create him.
questions rise when looking into the scribe's signature found
Yeah, bro.
within the text.
Because, like, be careful what you do now, or, like, make sure you have, like, an explanation as to why you do whatever you do. Because, like, imagine doing something good like this, I guess. And, like, you just get misinterpreted as, like, a satanic worshiper for, like, the end of times, This guy was probably, like, spat on in his grave or something, or someone dug up his grave and poured holy water on him. It wouldn't be that bad if he wasn't satanic, but I mean, like, they're still touching his dead body probably, and like they'd just be lying on his name for no purpose. I guess the moral of the story here is probably, just on a piece of paper or something, if you're writing a piece of art or drawing a piece of art or doing whatever, just like tag it. Oh, there's a tagging machine, you'd like type, you're like, oh, this is my pickle jar, and then it creates a tag for you and you put it on the pickle jar or something. Do that for everything you do, bro, with an explanation. Unless you don't care, but just me personally, I don't want people to be lying on my name when I'm in a grave or something. So, it might be worth looking into. I don't know. Maybe you're a freak.
It reads Hermanus Inclusus. This small detail could either support or undermine the legend of the Devil's Bible. Hermanus is, of course, the monk's name, Herman. Inclusus, though, can be interpreted either one of two ways in Latin. Inclusus could signify a horrifying punishment, in line with the original myth. However, it could also be interpreted as voluntary isolation, hence its similarity to the English word recluse.
Like
In this view,
the guy
the
hermited?
scribe could have chosen to withdraw himself from society and dedicate himself entirely to his life's work. So, there are certainly arguments for and against the legend. Mysterious origins aside, there is yet another legend that persists with this book. The Curse of the Devil's Bible.
Bro.
Apparently, the Codex Gigas.
That's what I must have heard about when I was like 10, because I was like mad terrified. I was like, bro, my life is over, Like, I learned about this, I'm gonna like explode or something, or be taken to hell, assaulted, violated, all of this and that. Because I remember one time the pastor was talking about demons aren't kind, and like the way you see demons depicted in media as just like, they just try to kill you and stuff. Like, apparently, like, a demon don't even be trying to kill you, bro. Like, they're like, like Jeffrey Diddy Stein, they're like all those people combined. It's like a Slaneshi demon, that's apparently how demons are like really be like, you know. But also, I never seen a demon before. I knew a guy named Devin, although, like, you know, one of them is spelled differently. But I mean, he's pretty cool guy. I saw him go to the Korean market one time, and he got this ice cream. Oh, dude, that Korean he shared with me. That guy was definitely not a demon, but he was a real one. Not a real demon, but, like, you know, a real individual, I would say. You know, people who be sharing are really the kindest people ever, bro. Just be sharing. Share everything, bro. Because if you enjoy something a lot, like, and you know it makes you feel good, why not just share that goodness with other people instead of, like, murdering people or cracking, like, their skull open or something? You know, be like Devin. Be Devin. Don't be a demon. You know, is what I'd be saying. Since, like, you know, right now, not like a few years ago or something, but, like, from this moment forward, I would say.
has been through hell through the centuries, and its owners with it. Whether or not it's true, let's humor this for a minute. In the year 1477, 200 or so years after its creation, the Benedictine monastery in Bohemia experienced some serious financial woes. To pay the bills, the monks decided to sell their
I
most
escaped Evil
precious
Bob.
and long-concealed treasure, the Codex Gigas, to the Benedictine monastery in
What the hell?
Brovnov. Soon after, the original monastery was destroyed during the Hussite Revolution. The book was kept in Brovnov until 1593, when they lent the Codex Gigas to Holy Roman Emperor Rudolph II in Prague. Of course,
Yo, bruh. Like, who even is this guy, bruh? Like, I be thinking, there really be people. Okay, well, look, you know, I don't be looking the best or the leanest or, you know, like a cowboy or nothing. But, like, bruh, this dude. Well, I forgot, bruh. This dude's, like, low-key inbred, right? Like, not. Well, I guess he's both because he's got a lot of money, but, like, you know, his family tree is more probably like a family wreath, you know. You could tell by his chin, bruh. Like, this guy's melting. It kind of looks like, but maybe he's like ice cream, Devin ice cream, you know. But also, Devin ice cream would mean be kind to this person, you know. But this person probably also, you know, didn't take showers and such of things of that nature. Probably also beat on his wife. Did he have a wife? I don't know. His sister? Who knows? But he'd probably be beating on. Oh, but this is the moral of the story again. Like, it's coming back full circle. I'm, like, judging this dude, and, like, bro, what'd he do? I'm not sure. I'd have to search it up later or something. But, like, this dude's dead, and I'm judging him based off what he looks. You know, sometimes, you know, judging a book by its cover is, like, very useful, especially in the dark. You know, you're walking outside, doing whatever. But, like, with this dude, you know, he's really being remembered as, like, an inbred freaky dude. But, like, he probably didn't even do nothing. Like, he's probably just chill.
with their luck, he decidedly never
Oh, hell
returned
nah.
this rental. Why? Historians have revealed just how preoccupied Rudolph became with the Codex,
He became obsessed.
particularly as an extension of his obsession with the occult.
Oh, hell nah.
As
He was
the
a
years
freak.
passed,
Judge
his
books
rule
by their
became
cover.
increasingly paranoid and erratic. His family took notice of his obsessive behavior and overthrew his position as king. Rudolph died in 1612, but the Codex remained. 6 years later, the 30 Years' War began.
Oh.
This brutal war ended with the Swedish army seizing the late Rudolph's entire collection of books and art, and discovering its unmissable treasure, Codex Gigas.
Damn.
It was brought to its final home, the Royal Library in Stockholm. But the
That must have been, like, surreal to see back in the day. Like genuinely, like, terrifying. Although, like, people back then, I feel like, were terrified of nothing, bro. Like, I'd be scared of just the picture of the dude, not, like, all the curses and stuff. Like, seeing this occult things and things of that nature, it's like would be terrifying for someone in like the 1700s or whenever this was, you know? Like I would be like, I'd be shivering, bro. I'd probably feel pretty cold, you know, because did they have good jackets back then? I'm not sure. I'd also probably feel stinky and disheveled, you know, kind of like I feel now. That is besides the point.
Course was not yet finished. In 1697, a fierce fire engulfed the royal castle. In a last-ditch effort to
What?
save the book, it was thrown out of a nearby window, falling on and injuring an unsuspecting
Oh my
bystander.
god. Did you kill him?
Though much of the
Bro,
so-called
that is
curse
so unlucky. You know, imagine dying to a book, bruh. You know, they say books don't be killing people. Bruh, this book killed a person, bruh. Now, that could either mean there's demonic, or it's like indicative of what books are as a whole. Like, you'd be reading a book, you know, you get a paper cut, you get an infection, and you die. Like, really be careful about what you choose to read,
can be
you know?
chalked up to mere coincidence, almost tame compared to other curses. This nasty reputation of the Devil's Bible is not a modern invention. Throughout the centuries, people have felt and feared its ominous aura.
Or,
Yet this walk through history raises one last point of curiosity. If this was or is indeed an evil book, we have to face the fact that it somehow survived the Inquisition.
oh
During the
yeah.
Inquisition, the Catholic Church had nearly complete rule over Europe, and anything deemed satanic or even remotely against the best interests of the Church was systematically sought out and destroyed, or in the case of human beings,
What?
tortured
Killed.
and executed.
Oh my gosh.
Much knowledge and historical records were lost
And
in this
what
time.
would they even deem as satanic back in the day? Is what I'm thinking. Like, would you like, would going on a walk in a park, you know, frolicking, like, la, 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 you know, like, would that get you killed and like tortured? Or like, you know, maybe like being a woman would probably get you executed. Um, like, I don't know what would deem you a good candidate for being tortured. Like, I probably would be tortured a lot, and I'd probably be sad. I'd be like, wow, I'm being tortured. Like, this sucks, you know? Uh, let me know if you've been tortured, or like if you know what, you know, I guess is deemed as grounds for torturing another person based on like satanic, being satanic and stuff. Because I don't know, you know, I might have to ask one of these people that gotten tortured or something. Like, you know, Reddit has good answers. You know, go on Reddit. You got an answer for anything, really? Uh, Quora's my domain. Go on Quora, be like, yo, are you satanic? Did you get, you know, tortured? And why? Because I'm really not sure.
But not the Codex Gigas. In fact, it is one of the best preserved medieval manuscripts we still have today. Yet so many questions remain. Like those 10 pages, torn and lost. And what of the baffling mystery of the unwavering penmanship of the scribe? As they say, the devil is in the details.
Ooh,
Every
that was
last
tough.
letter. Thank you so much for watching.
Hey, no problem,
If you
bro.
are fascinated by this possibly evil medieval masterwork and want more mysteries of history to explore,
Oh, that's
subscribe
tough.
to my channel and give this video a like. As always, friends, stay tuned for the next episode of Truth or Lore.
Now, that was a good video. I will say, I really like this Mr. Mythos. Um, we'll definitely be watching, like, way more of him, because I've been kind of, like, just watching his videos while I do anything. Like, I'll edit a video, and then I'll put them on, you know, or I'll, like, write something, put them on, and I'm like, dang, that really is interesting. Okay, well, anyways, what do you guys think about this? Do you guys think that the story of the dude writing it in like under a day is true, or do you think that is just a myth, um, to like grandize the story of what it actually is? Do you think it's inherently satanic, or do you think that the dude genuinely was just writing a collection of religious articles? I guess that's kind of what it seemed like to me, and he was making that parallel, or rather, that contrasting, I guess, tone with the book, because like he was like, oh, like this is the good stuff, this is like God and stuff, and this is the devil demon, probably don't be selling your soul to the devils anytime soon, I would say, or maybe like ever. um if you're a vampire, no, because vampires aren't satanic, they're just weird, right? And they're pale, and, like, okay, anyways, if you like this video, drop a like on Mr. Mythos video, subscribe to him. I don't know if he still makes content, but we're gonna see more of him. Cool guy out.